Hey guys, today is Friday, December the 30th of 2022. I want to go over a couple of markets using the simple glance chart. We're going to start off with the Nifty 50. As you guys know, the Nifty 50 has been finding support right here by the 1x2 and the Fibonacci level of 78.6. We also know that somebody's been selling off here. And there's a daily cycle that peaks on the first week of January between like the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, right there. We also know seasonality wise, Nifty 50 in January likes to sell off or it's weak. And we also know that the weekly cycles already peaked. There's a few things. There's a wave 3, wave 4, and this could be a possible wave 5. What would void this wave 5 if Nifty 50 chops around here and takes out that high and continues going higher? That would void that wave 5. Wave 5 is probably going to be higher. So there's a lot of things against the Nifty 50 right now in regards to cycles, seasonality. You also have to keep an eye on this trend line right here going down. If we could break above it and it holds this 1x2, chances are it may want to test this high here in January and then see what happens. But those are the things I'm seeing. MACD is still negative. We got a sell signal that triggered right here on the 15th. So we got to see how that's going to go. Next chart I want to cover will be the Uranium Futures. And you can see that Uranium Futures has just been chopping in this area right here for like the last couple of months. And it's at 48.75, still in the sell signal, but still kind of like, I call this area the support and resistance area. It's just kind of chopping back and forth. This area down here will be demand zone. This is supply zone. So more resistance, more demand, more buying. And what's positive here is that the MACD has just turned positive. So what I would like to see us break above this trend line right here and make higher highs and higher lows to retest this high again. So we'll got to see how that's going to play out. But right now it's in a squeeze play and it's going to either go up, continue going sideways, or go down. Those are the three directions it's going to go, but right now it's consolidating. Let's see if we go into our other chart, simple glance. I'm going to start off with energy. As you can see in the energy, we at the point of control right here, and that's 73.90. This is a crude oil, CL. Kind of got this nice little bounce. MACD turned positive. But still kind of negative below the 20. You know, some of the moving averages you can see right here is holding value area low of 77.57. And you just had a MACD crossover. So we'll see how this is going to, play out into January. But so far, short term and midterm is very weak. Let's go to natural gas. You can see the natural gas got a nasty sell-off right here. And couldn't penetrate the cloud, failed at the 50. This is a strong level, that's 683. And this is another strong level here of support for like 458 around there. And you got the value area low of 376 and the 200 SMA MACD sell signal, or crossover. Got a sell signal, PPS. Broke the mobile bands, but kind of like in point of control. So it could probably hold here, but if it's going to push lower, this is probably going to be a good area of support. And if you wanted to go long, this would probably be the area. On the daily, you can see how nasty ABC down, and it was choppy. This is the cloud. This is where it could get nasty and volatile. And you can see how ugly it got here. It looks like we have a Tom DeMarco knife candle. So it's probably interesting to see if we probably bottom here and maybe try to go up again. But that all remains to be seen. This is Brent Oil. And it's the same thing as Crude Oil, CL, BZ. Below the, this one looks a little more weaker because this one is below the value area low. And it's hit just a MACD crossover. And it's just kind of weak on both ends. So this is kind of pretty much like the crude oil. RBOB, same thing. Holding value point of control, which is at 224. Got a nice little pop. MACD crossover positive. Volume for the last 3 weeks have been okay. And this one is a little stronger, a little better. Above the value area high. It looks like we tested that 50 and we testing it again. If we can't close above it, this is a strong level right here, that 241. If we can't close above that, it might probably pull back. But if we could close above it, then it's going to kind of chop around here. As long as it holds at 241, it could be good. The problem is that you're going to dealing with the linear regression channel here. But, you know, we'll see how it plays with the price action. And heating oil, you see that on the weekly, we're trying to penetrate this cloud. This is a strong level right here, like 340 and change. And the future's looking starting to look a little uglier while the linear regressions are pointing down. The good thing is you got a MACD crossover. So if this is going to continue, it's going to have to fight the 340 and get in the cloud. And then once it gets here, it's going to get volatile until it gets out of the cloud and out of the linear regression and starts going higher. So this is going to be like the danger zone. You see that on the daily, it's holding the value area low of 325. So it's just kind of chopping around there. So, and you got a MACD crossover. And Wednesday and Thursday have been negative regards to volume. So, but you know, short term, just kind of still green, holding, trending. But in the bigger picture, below the cloud, this whole area is going to be resistance, especially right here around that 348, 350 area. Let's go to the metals. I've been getting a lot of questions about the metals. Looks like I've been waiting for a pullback, but it hasn't been coming yet. And it's looking, you know, it's holding the 50. It's chopping around. This is the point of control, 1819. Just keep an eye on the linear regression channel in this level right here, which is like 1880 and this 1848. Kind of going sideways. You can see that this is chop zone. You see how the MACD is just going back and forth. And you just see the price action is just grinding higher. On the short term, it's positive above the value area high, above the moving averages, even the 200. So that's good. And you see the cloud is positive. I was waiting for a pullback to come in so I could buy some, pick some up, but it hasn't given me the opportunity. So I'm just on the sidelines watching and seeing. And the weekly, it's still just hanging in there, you know, at the point of control. I would like to see it if it's going to continue pushing higher, break above. I know silver looks much better than gold. So let's look at silver. Silver is already breaking out of the cloud. So you see, this is looking very bullish. This is better than gold. Although we have a nice, we have a Tom DeMarco knife candle here, linear regression channel. Gold is still, you know, chucking along here and wants to break. It's already broken out of the cloud, so that's even positive. And the daily is looking good too. Linear regression channels are pointing up. You're above all the moving averages on the daily. So, you know, would I buy it here? Probably not, because you missed the opportunity. But if it pulls back and looking at the other things, the cycles and all that, you know, I have to reevaluate. But so far, short term, midterm is looking much better than gold and looking good. I could tell you this is going to be a strong level. This right here, and the point of control, 25. So, you know, we got to see how this whole area, how price action is going to do in January of next year. Copper is pretty weak. You know, short term, it looks pretty good on the daily. On the weekly, it's below, holding value area low, just kind of going side, but a little weak compared to the others. And, just kind of going sideways here. You got a MACD sell negative, and it's kind of chopping around here on the daily. Palladium is probably the worst. I put this on my tweets last night. Palladium is the worst of all of these. So look at the cycles. I haven't seen them in a while, but I need to look at more of the metals and the energy and kind of plot my cycles and see what's going on there. But just looking at the price action, it's below, it's hovering around, the value area low, 1783, and you're below the cloud, below the moving averages. Even the 200. So it's not looking too good on the Palladium. And lastly, platinum is not bad. Looking at it right now, you're breaking above the cloud. Linear regression channels are pointing up, so that's a good sign. You're above the cloud midterm. You can see that it had a little fake out here, and now the MACD turned positive. You're above the moving averages, from what I could see, above all of them. And you just got broke the mobile band, so that's good. Levels to watch here will be that 1081 right here. This like 11, 15, and also this value area high of 1125. But so far it's looking good. And on the daily, you can see that it was just in chop fest here for the months of November and December, and finally it got a breakout. Could it be a bull trap? Yeah, so he's got to be careful. But so far, everything is looking, positive. You're kind of very overbought over here, hitting the linear regression channel. So if it gets a nice pullback, it could be a nice little, entry levels to get in if it pulls back. But one thing you wanna keep an eye on, and MACD's positive. This one's positive. So yeah. And that's it. Maybe the dollar. I forgot that I should cover the dollar. One thing I've been watching also. Get the dollar real quick. And the dollar has been hovering around the 50. SMA just chopping around. So Tom DeMark, ninth candle. Looks like the MACD is about to cross over. It's still, midterm, but still positive. But, short term, you see that we cracked the cloud and you're below the moving averages, even the 200. And looks like the MACD wants to, it's negative already. So far this 103 has been holding, but if it cracks that 103, it could probably continue pushing lower. But short term, very weak. Midterm, still, holding. Still holding the trend. This is just a minor correction right now. This could be a possible wave 5. But if it isn't, and it wants to continue and retest that high and push higher, then this is still probably a wave 3 then. And then this will become a wave 4, and 5 is even higher. So there's a couple of things. But so far, this is a wave 5, according to what the system is saying in my charting software. So we have to see how it's going to play out. But so far, it's just been holding this area right here. 104 has been a strong level of resistance. That's why it's been chopping around there. It's at 103 right now. So hopefully you like this video. I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on the markets I'll be following for 2023, which will be energy and metals. And the dollar and Nifty 50. I try to keep it very simple and eventually build up from there. I'm working on a newsletter for next week. I'm going to be doing some courses for next year in regards to GAN theory, GAN trading, GAN techniques, and looking forward to 2023. I'm excited. Working on a lot of stuff, lining things up, building the nest egg, and hopefully you'll be part of this journey with me. Have a great trading day, and I'll see you again.